It is April 7th, and I am up here at the boat by myself. Jeanne went off to Phoenix to visit our grandson, daughter-in-law, and son. And so she's going to be gone for 10 days. Anyway, hoping to maybe start moving this stuff. I have a location for it, but I'm going to need plywood. I don't think any of the plywood here, so I'm going to have to check the storage shed. But I'm going to start out down in the equipment room. There's the pump that I was disassembling the other day. So let's continue with that and see if we have any luck. There's a hole right there that has an element, and this block needs to come off because whoever did the wiring on this, one, they cut these wires super short, and then they damaged the insulation. So anyway, gotta replace these wires. That's interesting. There, you would have thought they would have done them at right angles. Oh wow. Look, they balanced this. You see where they took metal out of it to balance it. That is, yeah, it's a magnetic. So this is a magnetic spinner. Anyway, yeah, lets this whole thing come apart. Which is good. Wow, isn't that pretty? This is going to be a bit of a pain. I don't think there's any way to repair this. Pumps all back together. I have a power cord for it, but I have to chop the end off and then crimp it to that, which I'm not real crazy about, because then I got to cut the crimps, and now I'm shortening my leads, which I don't want to do. And this will eventually be permanently wired into the system. So I'm going to go home since it's almost lunchtime, get a power cord that already has been chopped off, and 3 wire nuts. I don't have any wire nuts on the boat because you're not supposed to use them, and I'm just doing this for a test. I already have some cheater cords at home, so I'll pick those up, come back and set that up and see if this works. And if it works, great. If it doesn't work, it'll go to metal salvage. I'm really bummed that you can't fix the add new leads into the wiring in there. Later. Okay, we're back with another cord. Also did get 3 little wire nuts, so see if this thing actually spins at least. We'll go on and make a cheater cord here real quick. Okay, let's see if this will run. Yep. Doesn't like being run dry, that's for sure. Okay, well, you heard it. Noisy little beast. It's ready to be installed now. I am up in the forward bedroom, and I think I'm going to work on getting that piece put back in, and maybe even building out a frame for that. Try to work on this, get those speakers mounted. Yes, I'm going to set up there for doing all my cutting and stuff, so I don't get it down here. And I've turned the AC on down here. And let's see. Oh yeah, this is much nicer. I think I'll just sit here and watch YouTube videos on my phone. Later, I start getting some tools put together. Okay, so I ended up setting up in the port bedroom, and this is the forward piece. I've started to pull out the staples on it so I can cut this edge down basically. I think I'll cut it all the way back to, there's a piece of 1/2 inch stuff here. I don't know if they tried to do stiffening or what, but I'll cut it back to that and go from there. Later. Okay, well, there's that piece back in. Still not happy with it. Small piece, all ready to be cut, trimmed out and everything, so we're going to cut it and then go test fit it. Okay, now let's go see if it's anywhere close to fitting in there. I need to cut a little bit more off that edge, but instead of trying to cut through the double piece, I'm going to throw it up on the table saw. So I protected the bottom here and we'll slide it through. That way we can take 1/8 of an inch off blade width and see how it is, and then continue taking another blade width if we need to, since it's all taped up. That's what we're going to try later. Let's go see how this fits, and maybe we'll do the speaker. There we go. Yeah. There are those two ceiling panels back in place along with the center beam, so that certainly helps a little bit. I want to do the speakers, but I have to cut all this foam out of the way. Something fun for me to do later. I'm about done up here on April 7th. It's about a little after 5, I think. Made a nice mess in here. Try to get most of it to go in there. Got that area all cleared out. Put in 2 additional braces. Of course, got both of those done. Pretty much it for the day. Later. Good morning. It is April 8th, and I am obviously at the boat up here in the forward bedroom. We got these guys installed, and I brought this Lamar Eclipse roller shade. I think this is the broken one though, but I'm not positive. I'm going to open it up here in a moment and see which one it is. It's the only one I've been able to find. If that is the good one, then I'm going to frame this area out and redo this panel for the 3rd time now. And then got all the insulation out so the speaker will go up in there, but this hole is not big enough. They conveniently cut their holes for the size of the template and then put 1/4 inch thick foam and vinyl in there, and of course it doesn't fit, so I'm going to take it down to do that work. And if we get that finished, I'm probably going to move in here and start on that panel there and take that wall off and that wall off, and I may take the wall above it just to have freedom. But we're going to start putting in the rack for the stereo equipment. That's kind of what the plans are this morning. Jeanne is still in Arizona, being a grandmother. Baby seems to be doing really well. Anyway, later. So we got the speaker sitting in there nicely. Now I just need to tighten the screws down. Of course, it'd be nice if I could do it from this side, because the table's holding the speaker in place, but no such luck. I gotta flip it over and kind of hold it in place. I'm gonna tighten them down and hopefully go hang this back up later. Speaker's now mounted. In theory, I can flip this over. Let's go hang this puppy. So we got some speaker wires here. Not a whole lot of extra to play with. This is just standard speaker wire, but that may have been a mistake. I may have just gone with marine wire for my speaker wire, because it looks like this copper has already started to oxidize. This. Can't see anything now, but I am sticking the wire into the hole. Sticking the black wire into the hole. One speaker in. Yay! And there's just kind of a nice friction fit. Okay, that will be the next one to fight with. And of course they made it full length, monster panel. Oh joy. Later. You get to see what a joy these panels are to take down sometimes. Back from lunch. We got that panel in here. I need to see if the speaker fits that hole. And we got that cleared out. I think we're pretty good on space up there. I think that wire will be okay. We have a work area. I don't know what template they use for figuring out hole to cut, but there's a template here. There's no way the speaker was ever going to fit in that hole. Gonna staple around the outer edge and then cut the foam off and sand this stuff. Although this, I'm gonna draw a circle on this so that I have a nice starting point. Later. Okay, we got the other side stapled in, got these pieces unstapled, so now I'm going to slide it over this way a little bit. Yeah, there's almost no glue on these. Interesting. The fabric that was there, that's now gone, so now I can start sizing. Throw the template back up here. Trace it out real quick. Yeah, with the foam gone, that doesn't look as bad, but you can definitely tell it's at an angle. Okay, closer. There we go. There's the speaker sitting there quite nicely. And now, all I have to do is lift this whole freaking panel up in here. I'm gonna get those wires cleaned up. The speaker wire, go ahead and get it trimmed and put that light wire, resecure it to that mounting plate, and then you can watch me move that silly thing in later. So I've now set up my Rube Goldberg support system here. I'm gonna put the speaker end of the panel here. The wire should reach without any problem. And the other end will be down there. The only issue I'm having is it's only gonna be when we go to lift it. It's not quite where I want it. That out a little bit more that way. And this one can go over a little bit more. We'll take that, somehow get it in here, get it up on that, hook the wires up, then very carefully lift that end up into position while this is being supported on this trash can, and then we'll come back and lift this in. At least that's the plan. Very dubious if it will work at all, but we will find out later. Did finally get it in. Camera died. It's just ridiculous what a pain that was. Okay, well, done a quick cleanup of the room. That's the rack I'm going to start working on here in a moment. I just need to vacuum now. Yeah, I got all that. Put that piece back in. Still got to work on this. Can't find, oh, it's because it's here at the boat. I just found it. So we do have a second one of these. I do some vacuuming first and then figure out which I want to work on next. Later, set up a frame for the shade. Just got to Craig screw it together, then I'll take that piece out and then we'll fit the frame into the mounting pegs that are up there and see if we can mount the whole shade. But this will give it a nice stable base. And of course then we got to completely redo that guy there. The frame or the cassette for the shade, it's not designed to provide any structural support. So whatever you mount it to has to be rigid, which is what this frame will be, hopefully. I've got to go find my Craig screws to screw this together. Later. So right now the double-sided tape is all that's holding that. Only issue with it right now, well, other than the fact that now I gotta fix pieces on either side. Can't say I'm that crazy about the fact that it wrinkles up. Afternoon, everyone. It is April 9th, and I came up to the boat to do a couple small things real quick. I wanted to bring some Milwaukee tool cases up. More about those later. I'm also going to put together the rack down there, go ahead and get it assembled and out of the way. And then I will probably call it a day because I don't plan to stay up here very long. Later. This is a 19-inch rack. I think it's 18U. It's going to end up getting mounted right here. So this is where we're going to have the stereo for the media room. It's going to get mounted there. I'm going to build a custom cabinet below it to act as part of the support. The other support is the battery pack inside of there. I figured I'd go ahead and get this built out. We need a 1.5-inch socket thingy. It just flips on like that. Okay, one rack. It'll get mounted like that. It's gonna get mounted in there, and we'll start on that next week. And we'll finish up this too. Later.